I don't think I'm meeting my friend for dinner tonight, Gramps. I'm Roddy, and I'm gonna play this game to a T. Well, I'm sure there's gonna be some overzealous person, religious, born again, or those type of people I think are fools.
Roddy, go on in.
Find a great room, just yell.
All right.
Your room sucks.
Yeah.
Roddy, and I'm from the deep north.
All right. Hey.
Yeah, is there a deep north? I'm a writer. I guess everyone's starting to formulate in their mind what he thinks is going to happen. You know?
She's in a tough spot because there's been so much harmony over just the last couple of days, which you know, rightfully so. You know, so she's put in a position.
Yeah.
So I feel for her that way. As long as it's not me.
Yeah.
Lisa could possibly pick me for a nomination because we haven't actually sat down and had any kind of real one-on-one. We don't know each other well.
None of us know each other. That's the first thing. When she was standing up there, I was actually, not because I don't like her, but I barely know her, and I was hoping it was going to be you. Because I'd spoken to you a hell of a lot more than her, you know? I think Lori's a fantastic girl. I'm going to trust Lori. I think that she, like myself, is kind of standing back and letting things happen.
Oh, yeah. Okay, oh, yeah.
This is the 6, guys.
I'm cool with that.
What's that?
I said I'm cool with that.
This is the 6 votes that should be controlled.
So you basically say that.
But it's going to be fine.
Yeah, I know.
That would be awesome.
That's probably cool. That's cool. What happened?
The alliance that I formed with Josh, I think I have a healthy dose of skepticism. It's too easy to fall into what feels good, and right now it feels good to have the people supporting you, but they're going to turn into your adversaries eventually.
Here's the deal. If Southern Belle somehow gets out of household next week, Southern Belle has been with us for this round. We keep her going. Yeah, sure. Amy, who thinks she's part of our alliance, has certainly been rubbing people the wrong way. We keep her going as if she's going with us and get her to nominate 2 of the people. She can't be head of household 2 weeks in a row.
No.
What are you saying?
I feel as though there's stuff going on behind my back. I trust them for right now. I think it's good for right now.
I do think we were so smart to form this right away.
Yeah, I think so.
No, this is big
brother shake. Everyone's
big brother shake.
Roddy, you are safe.
It's clear the girls are going to stick together.
It'll be the girls versus
When
the
there's
guys.
the 6 of us, it'll be girls versus guys, which means we have to win half the household.
When there's 7 left, we turn on Tanya and get Tanya out so the 2 girls are stuck.
We're gonna get rid of us one by one. If we don't win head of household and we don't win vetoes, we can kiss our chances goodbye. If we win head of household, it will put 2 of them up for nomination.
Between the 3 of them, I think we have more brain power.
Did I go yet? I've tried to comfort Lori. She is a little upset. What are you thinking about?
This whole alliance thing, Roddy.
It breaks my heart. I think Lori's lovely.
Don't worry. You've done great. Stop that.
Aye, aye, aye.
And the game plays on.
Lori, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Very well.
It's dramatic. I was really sad when Lori left.
But you know why I voted Lori out? Is that Lori was great one day, and the next day you didn't know what she was thinking. And so it's just tough to depend on someone like that.
She had to go. She didn't really have much support. I'm surprised the vote was so close at all.
You voted for Lori.
I voted Lori out.
You voted Lori.
Yeah.
But you weren't going to.
I would have been the deciding vote.
If you were the deciding vote, then that makes no sense. Because it would have been me, Eric.
Someone went against it.
Yeah.
In trying to put it together, who voted against Amy, there's still a vote missing out there, and nobody can find out where it came from.
Best part was Roddy. When he came out in a robe, we all thought it was just the robe. We didn't think he had anything underneath it.
The beauty pageant, a much-needed break from the strategizing, from the plotting, from the planning, from the outfall of plotting and planning. Kind of fun.
So they all went in and got cleaned up and came back out, and I crowned Roddy and Kiara as Mr. and Ms. Big Brother.
Mr. and Miss.
Big Brother 3.
Mr. and Mrs. Big Brother.
Get the wave right. Get the wave right.
You like Korean food? Mm-hmm. I really like Korean food. Want to get some delivered?
Do you want to go to the movies together?
Yeah, let's go.
Are you going to cheat on me in here? I just want to know right now.
Mm-hmm.
With who? Make it good.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I wonder if my mom's like, yeah, good.
He's a catch. He's a catch. I have a little crush on Kiara. How could you not? She's a ton of laughs, and I really like her. She's great. Sleeping over? You feel good having a place to express yourself in an environment where it's very difficult to have some confidentiality.
Because it's been a really, really long time since someone had that, I trust you. I think that Roddy and I totally have this special bond, and we're totally going to take care of each other, and I really think that that's going to happen. It's so crazy. It really changes day to day.
Roddy, you're safe.
Get ready.
I'm not sure how the alliance is going to act because half the alliance likes Tanya, half likes Josh. Everyone likes everyone. It's that type of thing where it's not predictable. It's not cut and dry. So the idea of an alliance right now is, I don't really think, even relevant. What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
There's only 3 people who would possibly use the veto. You definitely, I presume. I think Jason would use it. I'm not positive on Eric. He says he would probably use it. I think he just said. I've almost put words in his mouth saying he would use it. I don't know that he would. Mm-hmm. You're all I got, bro.
Let's see what we can do, man. It's not over. Don't worry.
I know, and I'm not giving up. I mean, that's not who I am.
If Roddy wins power of veto, I'm sure he'll use it on me. I have no doubt about that.
You don't want to win the veto. Either do I. Well, if it's a game you cannot win, then great if you win it. But I don't think you should have to save him, because it would hurt you.
It seemed like Roddy and Kiara were getting closer. They have flirtation going on. They look cute and they look comfortable with each other. But little Southern Belle got a little tricks up her sleeve trying to slip in on the action.
I'm just hanging out with Roddy.
Let's talk more about you.
Okay. We are flirty from time to time, and I do enjoy that. I think he's a hottie. However, I can't stand Kiara. And it bothers me that every time I'm in conversation with him, somebody walks up.
Here they come, here they come.
Shh, don't talk about it.
And that kind of gets on my nerves because I'm not used to that. Like when I'm out of the house, out in the real world, if I want something, I get it.
Well, I'm not Helen Keller, so yes, I have noticed Amy flirting with Roddy. She's like the girls that give like other girls bad names. She's a boyfriend stealer.
I look at it this way. If you don't have a ring on your finger, you're not taken. We were all sitting out on the patio cooking dinner. She was curled up in the chair with Jason. And Roddy just walked up and kissed me. Just, no big deal.
I just kissed Amy deep on the lips.
Really?
Why?
Yep, because Amy's hot.
Why did you do that?
Because I like Amy. Nothing wrong with Amy.
Jealous.
She was freaking out about it. It was not a big deal.
Nothing against Amy, but anyone who would date her or like her would never like me.
Amy, do me a favor. Can you take all your clothes off? We'll put you on a Lazy Susan, the big one, and just spin you around for a while.
Can we do that?
Yeah, it would be so fun. Go get some high heels, please. Just lie there naked.
What makes me mad is I don't understand why she feels like she has to have everything. She's already all over Jason, poor little boy. I feel sorry for him. She's like a leech.
And I'm not the type of girl, one, who gets really jealous over this kind of thing. I do get pissed over it. That bitch. And then you say, so Amy, you want to make out? I know you're just kidding, but
it's absurd. That don't you realize that like sarcasm translates to me as something that's absurd?
She wants you.
Who cares? And you don't think that, you really think that I would like...
How would you, oh, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
He's kissing another girl right in front of me on the lips. It's a little weird.
Well, you still got a fighting chance. I mean, you're lucky you're up against Tanya, let me tell you that much.
I don't think she has a clue how close this is right now.
I think that Josh could be around if we get the pivotal votes. Maybe Jason's still up in the air about it.
If you're off on your own, you're gonna get plucked out.
Absolutely, yeah. The guys are very strong in that house. Roddy and I were talking a little bit about maybe not even really an alliance, a partnership.
If you want in, you got my support.
I mean, I don't know really all of what you got going, but yeah, I mean, I want to be a part of it, absolutely.
All right.
Jason put it up to me. He said, Rod, whatever I want to do with the vote, he would do it.
First and foremost, I am connected to Danielle in this house.
I will never consider Josh.
Some of the girls had told me today that Josh had said not to trust me for being a nice guy, that I have motives behind everything.
A couple days after we were here, I go, I think Roddy's really nice. He said, well, don't let that fool you. He has an agenda, and I don't think he's as nice as you think he is.
Have you said any things over the last couple of weeks? Similar to venting. You had said I was a little bit full about everything and to watch out, that I had my own agenda.
Absolutely not. I've never even implied it, hinted, ever.
3 people said they were there when you said it in the room.
He ran over and told Kiki, accusing her of being the person that had given me the gossip.
Supposedly that I've told people, don't trust Roddy.
Why are you coming to me? Why would I be the one that you're coming to?
I don't know if now people are starting a smear campaign, for gamesmanship purposes.
He's just bothered me a bit because he's overplaying the game.
There's a chance in my mind that if he got at house home, he put Eric and I up.
He put you and I up. No doubt in my mind, he put you and I up.
This is the first time I've considered changing my vote.
And if our votes don't cancel out, he's got no chance.
I trust Roddy. More than anyone in this house, more than most people I've met in my life, I trust Roddy.
Tanya, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Gotten to love you so much. That first night in a tree I'll always remember that, how amazing you were and how interesting you are to talk to and how much I grew to love you.
Roddy, thank you for holding it correctly, because guess what? You're the winner. Congratulations. You are the new head of household. Go ahead and get your key from Marcellus. Enjoy your privileges. Enjoy your new room.
This week is a freebie for me. I don't think I could have planned it better.
Roddy is a huge threat to me. I mean, I really think anyone in this house besides myself, I think he can win this game. He needs to go.
Go ahead and get your key from Marcellus. Enjoy your privileges. Enjoy your new room.
Come on! Yay! If there's dancing girls in here.
When I found out Roddy got it, I was ecstatic. What can I say? He is my #1 ally in this game.
A little blue cheese there for you?
Hey,
I'll be.
What's
up?
What's the CD?
In here?
Here's right here.
Beethoven, Symphony Number 9 in D minor.
Perfect.
I'm here this week. I pretty much have a good feeling who I want out, who I'm not afraid to offend, and who I need to solidify support from. And things are going my way right now, and I'm really feeling confident. I have to say in the back, I look like a king right now.
I'm so glad you won. When I looked over and saw that Roddy had won, obviously I was overjoyed and completely thrilled. I mean, if there's other, besides myself, if there's anyone I want to win, it's obviously him.
Kihora hates me, and so I really hope that he's smart enough to make his own decisions and not let other people influence him.
You just said Amy's your biggest threat.
No, I said it was your biggest threat.
Yeah, I know you're not putting Jerry up. You're not putting Jerry up, are you?
Why do you say that?
Because I know who you're putting up.
I don't know yet. And you should keep this in mind. The bloodbath is going to start. All right, couple things. If I keep you off the list, if I keep you off, you owe me one?
I owe you one.
All right? You keep me out of that thing when you get it.
You got it.
So, you're safe.
Okay.
You made it.
Quid pro quo.
I don't want to just have people think that I'm not going to put them up because I care about them, I'm friends with them. I want them to reciprocate and say, we have a deal. Of course, this is no one's business. Oh, of course. Tell you, I like Josh, but you're like, he's so paranoid. He's aggressive. He just won't shut the up. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily the people who are good, it's the people you don't trust that need out. Come in. Just push it, it's open. What's up? What's up, man?
Eric, I want to thank you again, too, for standing by me. I know this is an easy week to let me go.
Don't worry about it, man.
I'm not worried, it just, builds my faith.
No, I hear you.
The three of us.
Hey, now.
The three of us being the three.
Oh, yeah. What I have up my sleeve is still, it's got to stay there because people, first of all, are starting to defect from deals. They're starting to defect from alliances. I'm going to make the best deal possible. I'm playing for the very last week of this game.
Roddy is a walking encyclopedia.
The changing tides affect the weather patterns, and weather patterns affected the land masses, or what was going to grow in the land masses affected what life could be sustainable.
But he goes on this thing about existential jingamababas, and that's just too deep.
When people start believing that parables are exactly the way the universe exists, it's just, that's hard for me.
Whether he's talking about sports, or he's talking about religion, or he's talking about history, you can't help but just sit there and listen to him.
It's no longer the herd of buffalo is the commodity. Now it's money.
He just got a hell of a lot more out of college than I did, and I admire him for that.
Alaska's pretty big, huh? Alaska's 1/5 the size of the United States. It's bigger than California, Utah, and Texas combined.
I hope a lot of guys out there learn from him that it's cool to be book smart and it's good to read an encyclopedia and know something besides, how many beers are in a six-pack.
You think, oh, this is a sophisticated guy, but I think Roddy is hilarious.
All right, now before we even go on, I don't want to.
He'll come out of left field.
Do you know, I don't think there's been a human being in this world with more eye boogers than you.
His humor is so raunchy. At times you're just like dying.
My hammer just fell out. See it?
Is everyone calling it that?
It's it's growing. Not literally. It should be.
I feel kind of like he's my older brother. There are times that he likes to pick on me, and I feel like there are times that he's looking out for me. And so that's kind of a neat relationship to have inside of this house. Like, for instance, the other night, we tore into the storage room and we ate ice cream like it was our last meal ever.
This moment right now is arguably the best moment of my life.
Just so up there. And to think we have a chance to do this for weeks and weeks.
See how fun wholesome can be?
I now have this crazy crush on Roddy because he's such a peach. They look surprisingly good for a guy.
I've never had a manicure. You had a manicure?
Me and Roddy, me with $500,000 in my pocket and Roddy writing my life story. That would be the amazing romance. That would be like Marcellus hitting the lotto.
Let's just do it. Let's just go. Let's just go.
No. Kiki would scratch my eyes out.
Do you really think there's a chance you're going to get put up?
I'm not worried about me on a week-to-week basis. If you look long-term, no matter how you look at it, 2 people in our group have defected by week 2, okay? That is a fact.
Josh is rubbing people wrong like crazy, and he comes to me with a new suggestion on who I should put up every 15 minutes. And it's getting to be a little annoying. He's got to realize that if someone else wasn't as patient about this, that they would put him up in a second.
I realize that the girls are playing that. I'm well aware of it, but if I had to weigh 2 things, sticking around for sure, or maybe getting a little bit of trouble in the meantime, I'd rather have that happen.
I just hope that Roddy can see through and stop thinking with their and start thinking with their heads.
Okay, everybody, we're about to start the nomination ritual. I put a lot of thought into this, and I'm keeping my word on things. And let's just realize that everyone does things because you have to do it, not because I want to do it to anybody. So with that said, I will start and reveal who is the first name, the first key. I have nominated Amy and Marsalis. To tell you why, I'd like to say to Amy, it's very important to care about other people and to stick up for them when they're not around and to care about them when they're directly in front of you. And to put yourself sometimes ahead of other people is something that it's going to be difficult to entrust you with all my feelings and all the things I need in this game and everyone here needs. So, as I said, the small things show a lot, but then you slip right back into I'm a little bit more important than other people here. A small deviation from being great and this house shines. And, you know, that's why I nominated you. Marsalis, I've put you up simply because I know that you're a vote for Amy. It's nothing personal. I think you're a magnificent person, and I look forward to keeping in touch with you for years. I'm doing it purely out of a strategy reason because I know that you'll support her and you two are close, and I'm just doing it because I know that I think it's Amy's time to go, and by you being on the block, make sure that that's going to happen. All right? I think that's it.
Marsalis could turn on me. I am scared of the possibility of Marsalis getting Amy off with the power veto. I feel a little bit nauseous.
Well, it's all about Amy, isn't it? I told you. I knew. I'm not stupid.
We're mad.
Okay, here's the deal. Now, I expected this, okay? I'm not going to say that I didn't. However, I thought it was just so tacky to say, well, Marsalis, I'm going to nominate you because you're a vote for Amy. Seriously, it's all about Amy. It's just flat out. We hate her. We want her gone. And then I thought it was even more tacky for him to come outside and say,
I'm sorry. You kind of had a sense that something was going to happen.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
I don't know if I've made it sound too harsh, but I'm just saying what I feel.
That deal about I didn't really get to know you and we didn't really get to hang out, blah, blah, blah. When we did, it was great and you're a great person and we had fun, but we didn't get to hang out that much. Well, that was not my fault, thank you. I think everyone's aware of that.
I wish I got to know you, I wish I could know you.
I made a very concentrated effort to like be nice and hang out with him or whatever, and then we started hanging out and then, you know, everything was cool and we had fun, and then little Miss Thing got her panties in a wad and started acting like the little trash bag that she is.
I'm sorry, guys. I had to do something.
No, it's understandable.
Thanks. I appreciate you saying that. Just realize how hurt I am to have to do something like that. I'm gonna go hide from the world because I feel like...
He is taken up with that girl.
Come in. Hi.
You did good.
I think I was...
No, you did what you needed to do.
Who's like so selfish and manipulative and monopolizing
And
his
trashy.
time.
Trashy being the key word, white trash. But anyway, I'm not even getting into that.
I feel like a jerk.
It had to be done. I mean...
I know. You gotta vote someone each time.
I went over to Marsalis and Amy on the hammock today because I wanted to show them that I cared about them. And it was a difficult choice, and I'd been thinking about them. It was important to me that they knew that I still liked them and respected them.
Have I said I feel badly, guys?
Yeah.
I feel like...
Roddy, we can't make this feel better for you, but you really need to go away from us. You do. I'm sorry, I can't sit here and pretend like this is fine with me, because it's not fine with me.
Okay.
Damn, Marcellus.
It's hard enough. It's not making it any easier. You know that? You had to put Tanya if you didn't want to do it. I can't believe you'd forget so quickly.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just don't like.
It just sucks that
I just
had to
don't like doing that
contradict
type of, you know? When you go over to say sorry to somebody and you care about them and they act like a 3-year-old, like the moment I walk away, they both start to get cackling, laughing.
That just kills me. That's good to laugh at, though.
The 1% doubt I had about putting Amy on is out the window, you know? I mean, she's like, I don't know. There's just a lot of sneaky backstabbing already.
Above and beyond, how I feel about Amy, I do think that Amy's made mistakes within this game in this house. The problem I have is that what happens during this game and what's happened the past 2 times is that the decoy ends up going out. So it just seems like I'm on the block and I'm toast. I truly believe that I will be gone on Thursday. I was supposed to be the one gone first week. Lori's gone. Josh, as far as I was concerned, was supposed to be the one, and he's still here.
This is completely independent of the stuff before. I literally would stake my life on the fact that it might even be a unanimous vote against Amy. If I didn't get rid of Amy, Josh would have a little bit more power. And
at least with Josh, we have partial alliance. You're really worried about this whole word thing, aren't you?
Yeah. And then just now, Josh asked, why did you save Kiki at the end? I'm like, what?
Why wouldn't I?
And I'm like, because there was 3 people, one of which I wanted out. Why wouldn't I save one of them? Oh, no, he's like, just because it'd be more fun to watch. What? Weird, man, weird. He's like, we could do this. He's like, we could do that. He's like, I don't know what you guys talked about, whatever you guys talked about. Like, what? Do I care who you... Am I going to go ask him what he talked about those dopes with? He can't stop playing the game. He will not stop for a moment.
These are reasons why I will have no qualms about axing him.
Thank you. Here's the deal. I feel as though I owe you some sort of explanation. I'm really not a horrible person.
I never said you were.
I know that, but I know that you think I'm like a really selfish person. And so it's like almost like I feel as though I owe some explanation for the reason behind that. I was born 2 months premature. I almost died. My pediatrician and my grandmother thought that I was the most precious thing to ever be put on this earth, and they made me feel as though I was completely superior to everyone. And I had no idea. I was born into this. I didn't know any better. And then as I grew up, I was completely oblivious to the fact that I had no friends. I'm a very hard person to get to know. That's just because I've really been stomped on. I was the ugliest child ever as a child.
Ugly duckling then, Amy. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not the case at all.
But I was so ugly. And I never understood. No one ever liked me, and I could never figure it out. I did kind of go off, but it wasn't really toward you.
It's all right. I mean, so just realize that.
It hurt my feelings because you're the person that nominated me.
You got to realize, though, that my feelings were hurt.
I know, and I understand that.
And Ames, I wanted to go to bat for you like none other. And you have a super sense of humor, and you're a hell of a lot brighter than you show. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I am heartbroken, and I
And
regret
that's why
it.
I wanted to talk to you about it. I don't want you to think that I have any personal vendetta.
You learned a huge lesson, and it's over, and I wish I could take it back. Amy, I'm so glad we talked.
I am too.
Hey, Roddy,
Hello, how are you?
Good. Just a reminder now, the other house guests cannot hear our conversation, so you can speak candidly, okay?
Okay.
Great. Now, the other night, you had a heart-to-heart talk with Amy where she basically agreed with you that she is selfish. Did that talk make you regret nominating her?
That talk did make me regret nominating Amy. Amy really was sheltered in the beginning, and she was standoffish, and to the point where she wouldn't even accept kindness. And for her to come out and tell me that she made a big mistake and she regrets it made me kind of, you know, pull the old heartstrings, and I wish she wasn't on the block right now.
Okay. You and Kiara seem to have developed a very close relationship inside this house. Do you think this romance will continue outside the house?
You know, my relationship with Kiara is intense and it's fun, and I really enjoy her time. I could really see spending time with her after this house, as with almost everybody else on this show, but she's
On a romantic level?
You know, we've only known each other for a month. I mean, I do care about her, and I'm interested, and I flirt with her left and right, but on a romantic level, I don't want to see into the future. I think there's a good chance of it, but to say it definitively...
You're such a diplomat. I'm going to let you off the hook and let you go rejoin your housemates in the living room. Thank you, Roddy.
Thank you.
Amy, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
I mean, I'm going to miss you a lot. The house is going to be much different without you.
So, you know when like they always say like when things are bad, you know who your true friends are?
Mm-hmm.
Danielle's put me in the storage room and she goes, I want you to know no matter what, you're my girl. She's like, I always veto you out and I will never vote you out.
House perception is reality. I'm sure in someone like Jerry's eyes, he knows that if it came down to the three of us at the end, he sure as heck would know that the two of us would gang up on him, which is probably going to come back and hurt me.
It's nice.
She's like, I don't give my word to anyone, you know that.
When I was at head of household, when I first got put up a week ago, I went up and made Jared kind of a deal. I said, if I do decide to keep you off the block, would you do the same for me? And he said yes.
Of course, this is no one's business.
Oh. Of course. And I hope he keeps his word, because when I wasn't sure and I had a chance to get him out of here, I stuck up for him, and I'm pretty confident he's going to do the same for me.
Look at this. Setting it up. Calling your marker. You're safe.
Yeah.
You want Kiara safe, too?
I mean, I'm attracted to Kiara, and I think she's a great girl, but I'm a big enough boy to realize, you know, that if Kiara was going to say, hey, the girls and I are sticking together, well, then guess what, Kiara? You're on the block.
With Roddy, everything right now just seems perfect, which is exactly where it should be. You know, he has enough time to show me his imperfections later on down the road.
What's his last name?
I'll find out for you.
Get on the case there, kid.
I had no idea. I don't think I'd ever heard it before.
I don't even know what his name. I'm sleeping every night with.
This is true.
You know,
I heard it once.
Vanderway?
I tried to have Josh bail me out and find out exactly what it was, and he kind of asked at a wrong time when I was sitting right next to him.
Kiki, what's your last name?
You don't know my last name?
I keep getting it wrong.
It's my last name.
He told me, he's not allowed to say it again, because he told me.
She looked right at me and she said, Roddy, what's my last name? Knowing that I was the one behind it.
What is it?
I don't know.
He's not going to say it out loud.
A lot of things don't mean anything in this house, but you'd think if you like someone and you spend so much time with them, you would know their last name. You have no idea what my last name is?
It's me. What is it?
No, you have no idea what my last name is.
She got all bent out of shape immediately. What, Roddy, you don't know my last name? Oh, I can't believe it. But when he knows like 5 of the letters, basically, put together, and you're going to jump on his back, and I'm the one who's totally clueless calling you Tootie.
It's the fact that I really couldn't believe that he did not know my last name.
I had blown it, but in true Josh Feinberg style, I took the responsibility on myself, made her feel completely guilty, and she actually went outside and apologized to Roddy, even though she was completely right.
I jumped down your throat.
She did.
I'm really sorry.
It's okay. Thanks for saying it.
He played it smooth, I turned it around, made her look like a lunatic. Not very hard to do.
I know.
Oh my God!
From day one, Kiara has had trouble remembering Roddy's name. She blew it again.
See how he's... No, Hardy.
Wow! What happened? She just called me Hardy.
Again.
I started calling him Hottie because, like, I think he's so hot that he's Hottie. So at the table, I was in the midst of, like, I didn't know whether to call him Hottie or Roddy, and when I got confused, it came out Hardy.
I do know he was a guy in the show last year. I don't know anything about him.
Wow!
Wow!
Unbelievable! But I swear to God, I only saw his picture, and I think he was definitely the hottest member of the cast last year. But I know nothing about him, and of course everyone who's watched the show from last year is like, oh, he was such a meathead, and all he did was work out and then smoke cigarettes, and blah, 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 and I'm just like, oh, God. Totally wouldn't be my type.
Roddy, Hardy.
Two wrongs do not make a right.
I know they don't play.
If I'm Roddy, I would be annoyed with Kiara's attitude to a degree.
Sorry.
Please, I'm not saying anything. You know what I mean? Like, you put me in a position where I feel like I'm just doing additions. I'm not saying anything.
You're annoyed. You're mad about it.
Please don't try to read my mind.
I'm not. Why do you think I'm trying to read your mind?
Because you just told me what I'm feeling, and I'm not.
It just makes it easier for him to cut her loose when he has to.
Roddy.
He's not a bad guy at all, and I know it just like, I'm afraid to make it sound, because the guy's head of household and didn't put me up, I'm kissing his ass, but like, he's a much better person than anyone's given him credit for. Yeah,
he has to be. I mean, he's a teacher for handicapped children.
He's got 2 master's degrees.
Except those feet, though. He's got to do something with the feet,
What can you do about feet?
He can soak them things in a hot tub, get a little brush, and just scrape at it. That's all he has to do. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Well, what do you think if, who do you think he puts up on a block if they use a veto?
Probably Jason.
I'm scared of the veto, and I don't think I'm alone. Everybody's scared of the veto. And until that veto is done around someone's neck, it's going to scare me. I mean, I think everybody's susceptible every week, every veto, every nomination.
So what's going on, baby?
Okay, what should I do?
What are you thinking about doing?
Well, there's a couple things I've been thinking. Go to Jerry and say, if I free Lisa and you put up Josh, you just saved yourself another week in this house. Or if I do nothing, then that means Lisa's gone and Josh stays.
The thing I'm scared about is that I'm scared if you zap one of them, no matter what he says, your old pal Rod goes in.
How are you gonna feel if Eric leaves?
I'm not gonna be one bit happy. I know it's a stupid answer.
I can change it.
Eric's gotta stay.
Eric's gotta stay.
It significantly helps everything if Eric's here.
Even for me?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yep. And I will make sure if you need to know that.
Because I can change everything.
If the power veto is used, I could be the one put up, and so it's in Kiara's best interest to not use a veto. It makes sense on different levels, not just to protect me.
How do you think Eric staying is going to benefit me more than Lisa?
First off, Lisa's much more likely to put me up than Eric is. And do you have your strongest ally in the house possibly voted out of here? It's probably beneficial for either of us.
I can't stand the fact that one of my friends is leaving. I mean, I really love Lisa. She's a magnificent person. I've really grown to admire her, and she's smart, she's funny, and she knows how to really turn a frown upside down type thing. She's a really special person. I really have gotten very close to Eric, and for me to keep Eric in the house, probably above anybody at this point, is beneficial to me. I vote to evict Lisa.
Eric, the decision is final. You have been evicted from the Big Brother house.
Eric's departure was hard. I didn't think he was gonna go. Eric, I hope you're not watching this, because I hope you're next to me in the house right now telling a stupid story.
Are you okay?
I think I had a bit of denial.
What, that one of us really had to leave?
Yeah.
Sorry you lost your friend.
Yeah, so you did too.
It's only gonna get harder.
Eric was definitely my closest guy friend in the house. It was a pleasure having him here, and I'm gonna hate being here without him.
You all right?
Hey, Marcel, let's have a deal. I caught him when I came around the corner to talk to you. I came around the corner, they were shaking hands, and Jay turned around like a deer in headlights.
Roddy thinks he understands what's going on with every person, and he's always a step ahead. Well, you know what, Roddy? This time he got kicked in the ass, and he's got to understand that and get over it and get on to business.
Well, Josh came right up to me and said that he had seen Jason and Marsalis make a deal, so I went and told Marsalis it.
Josh, he claims he saw you and Jay shake hands earlier today.
Pushing for Eric to get out?
Yeah. He said you guys had a secret deal, and I'm selling Josh out because of that.
What did he tell you?
He told me he was voting to keep Eric.
I vote to evict Eric.
Jason knew that I was looking for his support for Eric.
If it stayed the same, would you consider saving Lisa?
It stays as, what it was originally, that he stays and Lee goes,
You know, we're turning into a law firm now where if someone says they're going to do something, you have to make them repeat after you. So I, Jason, will this.
He's allowed to make whatever decision he wants to make.
I just said that. I just wish I could have said goodbye to the kid.
I would really have to say that Jason's got to go. He used Roddy like a prostitute.
Do you know one of the whip cracks? It's a mini sonic boom.
Really?
How's that for today's interesting
Fucking
stat?
interesting fact. Factoid. Really?
There have been some difficult moments here as far as what my interests are and what the rest of the house guest interests are. There's a lot of pop culture references here to television shows.
I love that show.
To fashion models.
He's never elevated one model to supermodel status.
And it gets a little boring to me.
And he's one of the few designers that have that power.
And a lot of times if I try to bring something up that I'm a little interested in, you think I'm rocking the boat.
By the way, you see under Saudi Arabia and the African continent that's sticking out that right peninsula?
Yeah.
That continent, that piece of peninsula, was free floating.
Oh my God.
And it changes the weather patterns.
Roddy, he has an explanation for everything, and he has a way of sentencing it or paraphrasing it that you're just like, what?
It's pretty fascinating.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I can explain it in incredible detail if you care, but...
And all you can do is sit there like this.
Danny's not impressed by that type of knowledge, I don't think. I don't think you're very interested in that type of...
No, I listen intently. Just because I don't say anything doesn't mean that I'm not interested.
It's a possibility that the people tune out if I'm saying something that they're not interested in.
Your brain evolved from the inside out, sort of it's like an onion, and we have that in us. We celebrate superheroes, we celebrate celebrities.
The Etruscans, and the Etruscans were the people that the Roman Empire took over. They're actually well known for being tiny people. For whatever reason, they're very small.
There's things he needs to loosen up on. And while I think it's great that he knows every lunar eclipse or province in Canada, it doesn't change my day any.
And so I mentioned to Josh and Kiara that I was going to, maybe kind of cut back and let the other people do the talking.
And it's been like I feel nauseously uncomfortable how bored I am. If you mention that something that you think is even a bit cool, now the reaction's, oh, here he goes again. And now, all right, guess what, everyone? I'm going to shut the f*** up.
They react because probably one, they feel maybe inferior to your thoughts at times. Two, they probably have nothing to input.
People would rather make a joke, oh, here he goes again, but inside, I guarantee everyone in the house is really listening.
I'm thinking of putting you off
Really? I'm a good guy.
and getting everyone's word because you're the only one who has to deal with him.
Possible.
Looks like my bacon could be on the block with Joshy's. It's a scary proposition. I hate it.
Catch you in a bit, Jared.
All right. When did you come up with this plan? On a non-game level, do you realize, though, what's so awkward for me about this whole thing?
Hun, I know.
Oh, it's just you haven't said anything about that. It's just...
You were absolutely right, and I was completely wrong. Sometimes you have to take a risk to get the bad person out.
I know. Who did you bring this up to about having me out? Because at the end of the show, I can find it out. Before you said it to me, how many times did
No
you
one. Not one person. Swear over my life.
I'm well aware of the fact that previous decoys have been sitting on the beach in Mexico. It hasn't worked out the way that we've imagined it. Almost nothing here has gone the way it seems, and I hope I don't fall victim to that, and I hope that pattern is broken. You know, when people get in this room, they're a heck of a lot different than they are out there, and I'm so scared of that.
Are you gonna be okay with this? I mean,
It's hard.
I'm sorry.
You gotta do it and run out of time, so you gotta do it.
Are you upset at me?
It's fine. It's a little weird.
I know, but it's like almost like a haha like.
To you.
For my own selfish reasons, it's because I don't want people to think that there's this alliance between Roddy and I. We're close, obviously. We don't hide that. But I want people to know that at the end of the day, we're all individuals and we all are playing the game the way we want to play it.
Do you think Lisa would have put Eric on the block?
I'm not Lisa.
I would never put you up. And you've told me right to my face you'd never put me up.
Give me a better option. I think this is the best decision, and if it backfires, it'll be the biggest mistake of my life. So I'm sure you guys are shocked at my choices. But I swear to you, I have valid reasons. I put Roddy up, which is probably the craziest thing I've ever done, because I know he could be a vote for you, and I don't want one vote for you. And Roddy, I'm so sorry I had to put you up. You know I don't want you to walk out of this house. So I ask you guys to think about your decision when you go into that voting room, and remember, at one time or another in this house, you felt betrayed. You've possibly felt like you were being played, and it's only by one person. That's it. You guys can put your wall back up.
It was very hard to hear my name go up on a chopping block. My stomach was definitely in my throat.
You knew all day this was going down.
Josh, I'm on the block as much as you are.
You're not on the block. You guys.
How do you know that? Josh, they came to me and said you're going on the block.
You've covered your ass on votes throughout the whole day.
I'm nervous out of my brain because what happened last week. The votes don't turn out the way you want.
Please.
Josh, all I know is that she asked me straightforward. She goes, if I put Josh up, what are you doing? I said, I'm keeping Josh. And she didn't want to, that wasn't her agenda, so she goes, you're going up. That's how into keeping my word to you I am. You know, don't be, as much as you might be pissed, Josh, I told her, said, I'm keeping him.
I understand, but then you took that information and helped secure your ass on votes.
You're going to be mad at me for that?
I'm not mad at you. Believe me, I'm not blaming you, but for the fact that's bullshit. You're the one who got her to vote Lisa out.
You don't know that. You weren't there for the conversation.
What's about me? I want to go out there. Should I?
Well,
you
that's
just
pretty
assumed
much,
that. Let me know.
I do just assume that, but that's what
you
that's
did
what,
assume that. So
that's
don't,
what you told me.
You can't assert something.
I didn't assert that till right now. I know for a fact when we sat outside and you said, wait till the vote turns out, that you knew that she changed her vote, and that was well before I told her anything.
Yeah, I'm saying that I didn't convince you. I didn't lobby and get Lisa out of the house. What are you doing?
Actually, I'm not. I mean, once I walk out of here, it's all over, so.
What do you mean walk out of here?
Dude, the vote's predetermined, Roddy, and I'm not petitioning against you. I'm not gonna sit here for a week like a lame duck president either.
Well, what are you gonna do?
I'm walking out.
Hang on, sit down and talk to me for a minute. There's a lot to talk about now. Josh, you're better than walking away from anything.
Just don't want to really be involved with it anymore. I've been dying to leave this place for a week, 2 weeks.
Josh,
I'm dying to get out of here.
I think you'd regret this for the rest of your life if you walked out of here. And remembered as a guy that was so angry he walked off the show, you're gonna hate yourself for it down the road. If you stuck around and we said we weren't gonna talk about the game, just be for a week and enjoy each other, could you do that?
Let me hug you, jerk. Little smoke is still gone. Unpack that. What's going on?
I don't even want to, I mean, this is off of her. I don't even really want to hear this.
Josh, I can't tell you how unhappy I am about this. Obviously I am. I am on the block
And I'm telling you right now, Roddy, if I get the veto, I'm still using it on you. I know the only way that veto gets used is if I win it and use it on you. I think I'm gonna go to sleep.
Joshy, I think, is a softie inside. That's part of the reason I like him so much.
So few friends.
Friendship means a great deal to me.
You met a pretty good friend in summer, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you're one of the greatest people I've ever met in my life.
I may not have the most friends in the world, but the friends I do have, I truly cherish.
I feel the same way, Joshy.
I know you do. That really makes me feel good. But I'd rather you in the house than me have a chance at it, but I don't want to be here with you voted out.
I'd have to say, in short, I love Roddy. You know, he's someone that is dear to me.
Well, Joshy's a very emotional person, a rare person, and I'm glad I got to meet him here.
I know it's a very hard decision and a hard choice when you have the power, and I know you'll make the best choices you can, and whatever it is, I support what you're going to do.
He wants me to vote against you.
You know, you tell him I'm aware of the fact that you swore to Rod you would never campaign against him. Could you do that?
I might try, but I know who I am.
You told me that you weren't going to say anything or campaign against me at all. Would you agree to try?
Apparently, I can't keep any deal.
There's a difference between campaigning and telling people flat out.
What are you going to do? Say this is first degree campaigning or
No,
third degree?
I've been campaigning
You're doing
against.
it. You're
You
doing
did
it.
You've campaigned against me?
Josh, she was putting me up on a block. She wanted to find out that everyone in the house was going to support a decision. I'm sticking up for you, and you're going to go f***ing campaign against me?
It's easy to say after you've gotten all their votes and before everything went down.
Then don't tell me you're going to do something if you're not planning on doing it.
Don't
At
tell me
least
you're not going to do something if you've already done it.
You told me to my face that you weren't going to campaign, and now you're saying, well, people come up to me. All right, let's find out. Jason, have you gone up to Josh and asked about voting?
Okay.
What people did it? There's no one hiding.
Jerry, did you not tell me that people were talking about voting Rod out?
I didn't come to you with that. You asked me. I said there'd been discussions, but that's all.
You tell me to my face, you claim to be my friend, and then an hour later you're saying, we got to get a conspiracy to get him out of here?
I've never said that to anyone.
He just said that you went up to him and said, let's make a plan. People are talking.
I didn't know people were talking. That was told to me.
Roddy, Josh took a lot of your time, so I'm going to ask you to keep it brief, please.
Well, you know, I do understand, you know, it's difficult because Kiara and I are a bit of an item here, and the old saying goes, the old saying goes that all's fair when, you know, I like you a lot, but we're on network television, my mom's watching in war. And everyone knows that. And please, no, I understand you did it for the game. And for the rest of us, if I walk out of here, as I said once before, we all walk together for the rest of our lives, and you guys are always welcome into my life.
Well said.
I feel that Roddy was the master behind the plan to evict me when Eric and I were up together by using other people. Roddy didn't go and do it himself, and he had other people do his work for him. It's dirty, and I don't like that.
Roddy was one of the first people that I thought was a threat because he's so smart and because he's very, very charming. He's in a very vulnerable position this week, being up at all, being nominated. His jugular is exposed, and you almost want to get the most popular players out at all costs.
He is dumb as a rock.
Roddy's very dry.
Drip. Trash. She's trash.
Roddy, I hate to break it to you, but since you've been gone so long, we had to pick up another friend. This is our new friend, new Roddy. My brother Chris and I, we've known Roddy since the first day of high school.
He's like the stray dog that Phil brought home that never left.
I don't want to
Rod is the kind of guy that can get on a plane without a ticket. Rod's the kind of guy that the last week of high school was failing out of every class and then got valedictorian.
The new Mr. Big Brother 3 is Roddy!
We want to know what those weights weigh at Big Brother. Yeah! Because we've never seen him lift that much in his life. Woo! I think Rod's done a great job of playing the game.
And then all of a sudden he met Kiara, and I knew that was trouble right from the get-go. This girl is bad news. She talks dirty. She's got a gutter mouth.
The third guy I was with was so small.
You can see where the attraction is on Roddy's part because those are some of the things that he likes.
I think that she cares for him a lot, but it's a game and she's there to protect herself.
Roddy is a great competitor in this game. I feel like, it might be in the best interest of this house to vote to evict him right now.
The reasons why I would conceive of voting Roddy out of the game is that he is a very, very smart man and probably a master strategist.
A lot of people love Roddy. He's charismatic. Roddy needs to leave because I don't think I have a chance of winning the 500 G's while he's still in the house.
House guests,
Yeah.
the wait is finally over.
Thank God.
Let's reveal the results of the vote. By a vote of 5-0, Josh, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
It was tough to see Joshy go. Personally, I like Josh. I cared about him from the beginning.
All right.
It was emotionally draining getting on the block and being nominated. I was a little bit afraid I was going. You're smart, you're funny, you're just a pleasure to be around. Pain in the ass sometimes, but so am I. I think that's what I like about you. The house is going to be a little bit grayer without you here, Josh. I'm really going to miss you, and I wish you could stick around. You're an amazing guy. No matter what the hell problems people yap about in here, it's got nothing to do with you. You're a better person than any of these people understand, I think. All right, you knucklehead. I'll see you in a few days, I think.
Let's begin. Roddy. Yes. If you want Amy to return to the house, raise your red paddle. If you want Eric to return to the house, raise your black paddle. Got it. Congratulations, Amy. You have won the right to walk back into the house, back into the game.
Thanks.
You can go on into the house any minute you feel.
A little hammock time?
Yeah, I could use it. Marcellus and I had a great conversation on a hammock tonight. I've had a bit of a reputation where people think that maybe I'm, and for Marcellus's word, masterminding everything.
So we sort of just talked about his relationship to Josh and the taint that still hangs on him. And now the taint that hangs on him because of things that Kiara has done.
Things that have happened in the house that since Kiara became head of household, I haven't personally agreed with.
What Kiara did, what Joshy did, all that stuff might seem a certain way.
I want everyone to know that there is a separation between the deals you make and the people you spend time with.
Think about my position I'm in.
Okay, I'm thinking.
If the world viewed things the way I did, you would never have experienced any crap about being gay or being black your whole life. I like caring about people, and even if it's hard, I do it because people offer love, and I try to give it back.
Josh, you told me, and you said that no matter what I did to amend with her, that she wouldn't forgive it. And if that's the case, then I'll see you at the cast party.
No one has a feel in what she's thinking. It's pretty scary that she could come in here and, stir the pot a bit.
If that's not the case, it could be interesting.
My tactic right now is I am officially without tactic for this week. All I can do is hope to survive this and advance on.
You know that I'm putting Kiara up. And it's just who to put up against her.
What do you mean?
Well, because before I even got here, it was pre-planned that whoever got head of household was putting her up. Pretty much. Right? Yeah. Because I was almost given head of household for this reason. Lisa was like, just listen to Marcellus. He knows what's up. I was like, okay. And then Jason was like, yeah, same thing. You have to listen. I will. I don't think I won't. So you see my dilemma.
I basically just told him most of it. I didn't really hold too much back.
I don't want to put you up. I don't want to put you up. I really don't.
Are you gonna?
After everything that I've learned and you being such a part of that, I can't be your executioner. I can't do it. I don't play like that.
Just make sure that you make this decision and not Danny or anybody else. And I can feel that happening. If anyone started laying it too thick on one side, you have to consider that my respecting you probably has more weight than someone bullying you. Go get your bathing suit. Want to go jump in the tub? Let's go.
My bathing suit's in there. I'll roll my pants up.
Yeah.
Roddy is a piece of work. Of course he's like, let's go to the hot tub so he could take off his clothes so I could sit there and have to salivate over that magnificent body and face. I mean, am I gonna like not listen to what he has to say when he's sitting in the water like with just like a pair of skivvies on? I mean, wow.
So what are you thinking about doing? I started to bring this up the other day. I'm here next week. What are you doing?
I know how charming, devastatingly charming Roddy is when he turns it on.
So here's the story. Mr. Hanson, Chicago volunteer. What's how we he decided to do that. No matter what happens.
I'm in.
You're in. Well, I'm nervous, you. Feels good, doesn't it?
It's exhilarating. It's the most exhilarated I've been in this game. I like that. I like that a lot.
Obviously, I nominated the two of you. This is not about revenge, and I don't want anyone to think that it is. I do not, because I don't believe in revenge. It's foolish and it's pointless. And when I was in here before, I know that talk was made about how, had I won head of household, I would have nominated the two of you. That never came out of my mouth. I would never have done that. Roddy, I went over this a million times in my head. I tried every possible way to figure out some other way to do this, but it all came down to, like you told Marcella, you're Kiara's biggest supporter. And there's really nothing that I could do. There's really not. So that's that.
You know, I wasn't surprised at how upset Kiara was after the nomination ceremony. Every one of her fears had just come true at that moment. When you realize that and you see that people do have intentions out to get you, it really bothered her. It hurt her a lot.
I'm sorry you're up on the block again because of me.
Well, I'm sorry you're on the block. Thank you, though. It never should have happened. You're right.
I'm just so upset that I never got a chance. What are you thinking?
I like being here.
I'm just gonna tell everyone to vote for you.
Don't do that, please.
I don't want it to come down to wanting like numbers. Like this isn't a competition between you and I.
I know Danny wants me out of this game. Danny hasn't even come over and said anything to me. Everybody else in the house did. You know, sometimes you can tell someone's body language, their motives. Please don't mention you guys to Danny that I said that. That it would just cause problems for no reason.
She just makes the money so important to her that she's got everybody wrapped up in that.
I think right now that's the biggest con in this game.
Roddy had a conversation with Kiara and I, and it was the first time that I've heard Roddy be mean to somebody. That kind of threw me for a loop.
This isn't a Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Danielle's no victim. This, like, the struggling life has been hard to me and I deserve money. I understand that might be the case, but you're on TV saying that. So just that in itself kind of elevates her above a hell of a lot of people.
Everyone seems to have bought into that story. I want Danny at the end, I want Danny at the end, and Danny right now is 100% immune to that. She's playing the family heartstrings Make-A-Wish Foundation as the victim.
Wow. Well, I do not want you to use your veto on me. I think for you to drop the hammer on either one of us. Let the house decide. But I think this week in particular, that it would be on the veto bearer's soul to drop the hammer, and I don't think that this is an appropriate time for that. Danielle and I, we get along very well, but I think, certain things we never said to each other about the game.
I will tell you this without causing huge problems. Starting with Josh and ending with almost everybody but Jay, it's been said to me for weeks now that you want to get me out of this house. I've heard a story from every single person in the house at one time or another, and that the reason why you pulled Jay against me was because you didn't want me to have any support. You wanted Jay to doubt me.
Not true. Yeah, I said that. I said that exactly. And only Marcellus is the one that said that. He told Roddy my plan.
Have I let you down? Have I not done anything?
No. No.
I understand that the same way how things are easily misconstrued here. But you know how, as what everyone said here, if you hear something so many times, sooner or later you're like, geez, I gotta watch out for that.
I personally have feelings that Danielle, she likes me, but probably doesn't want me in the house at the end of the game.
I understand you keep your cards close.
I keep them really close.
I understand that. And I do respect that, and I think that's cool.
Well, Marcellus, you're playing me. I like Roddy a lot. I have no negative issues with him. He's just too dang clever. I mean, the man's my biggest competition in this house. That's the only thing I have to say about Roddy.
I think Roddy's a master gamesman. Roddy's another alpha male, as I am, and in a household like this, there can probably only be one.
I vote to evict Roddy.
You really have taken stabs at me about things that were unnecessary, and I've said this to you for weeks now. I had a big talk with Kiara about a lot of things in the house. Especially since one of us is leaving, I felt a certain urgency to get it off my chest type thing.
You've embarrassed me.
Have I?
Yes.
Unfortunately, all people can't be as good as you. So
Wow.
things happen.
It's kind of demeaning to imply that I think I'm superior to people. You've really embarrassed me, and I've taken it in the chin and been really, really polite and really awesome about it. I've done my absolute best.
I can be extremely annoying at times.
I will say this, you've done things in here I would never put up with on the outside, but realize you're a better person one-on-one than you can be here. You've never let one opportunity go by to flirt with Jay, to talk about every single thing, every other guy.
The third guy I was with was so small.
And I'm not a jealous person, but you realize how much I want to completely throw it back in your
absolutely.
face and rip you to death.
For everything he says, there's like 3 ex-boyfriends out there who are like, yes, give it to her,
We have to talk about the whining.
No, we don't. It'll never stop.
Oh, God.
I hope that outside of this place, you think of me a little bit better than you do in here. I get away with murder. I've always have. I've been told that since I was a kid. You get away with a lot, Kiara. So I guess I'm looking for constant reassurance. My insecurity falls from the fact that I don't feel like you truly like me.
Okay. Mom, help! There was a part of me that did get taken advantage of here, just in a very small way, where my patience and my kindness, I think, to her was not really appreciated.
I was starting to care about you a ton. And as I said, I got to a point it just plateaued off. I feel badly doing this to you. I'm sorry.
No, I think it's good. Roddy and I are parting ways, and we've been disagreeing a lot, but I still wanted to get him a present. I love watching people open gifts because it's...
Oh my God, I look like the fattest man on earth. It's so cute.
He hates it because he looks like he has a double chin in it. And yes, it's hurt my feelings, but I'm keeping it all inside and trying to be strong. So I have to give back the picture because he won't even take it anyway. There's nothing worse than having someone look at the present and their face is just like, it looks like they just smelled a bag of
I do look like I got a big double chin. Isn't that funny?
No.
That's cute.
I gave Kiara a book by my favorite guy, my hero, Carl Sagan.
The best book I ever read and changed the entire way I view the world. My favorite book of all time.
He gave me a book. A book.
She liked the book. She liked the idea.
Oh, gee, it's everything I disagree with.
Yep.
It really hasn't hit me yet that one of us is leaving.
Thanks, that's a good present.
I am going to miss Kiara a lot. I enjoy her company. She brightens my day.
Cheers, kid.
Meeting on the outside?
Yeah.
The friendship level for us is definitely established. The boyfriend-girlfriend level is definitely not. So hopefully when both of us reunite, we can kind of go further with that and see where it takes us.
I think if Roddy stays in this house, I think he brings a lot of great wisdom and insight into how to play the game. And the same reason that I would like to keep him in the house is also the reason that I fear him in this house, because he is an amazing player. And I feel like if he stays here a couple more weeks, that I've given him the $500,000.
Roddy gets me a little nervous. He sneaks around without really sneaking around, if that makes any sense.
Roddy has been aligned with people whose behavior has been destructive to the house, and the perception in the house was that he was this diabolical mastermind that was using other people to do his will. And that's why he should go.
House guests, the wait is finally over. I will now reveal the results of the vote. By a vote of 4-1, Kiara, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Kiara and I couldn't have been closer, and it was miserable.
We're sorry it takes so long to get.
I will. Bye, guys.
The moment I saw her leave, it just kind of all hit me that, wow, she's really gone. And there's almost a part of me that wanted to go, because you start looking forward to seeing your family and your friends and, getting back to life. We just became such close friends, and I'm sure tonight when I go to bed, it's gonna hit me.
Just open my bag.
Come here, you guys.
You do it.
Come here, you guys. She gave you whoopee.
Kiara had a security blanket she's had since she was a child, and she left that to me. For her to leave behind a security blanket she's had her entire life, to give that to anybody for any reason is meaningful, is touching.
God, that's the most touching thing I've ever seen. I took a peek in there for a shirt, and I saw that, and I was trying not to it was unbelievably touching.
It was that she was giving me a part of herself and just showing a lot more than I think I've ever seen anybody show in one gesture. It was absolutely beautiful.
Roddy, that's amazing. Gotta know how much she cares about you now.
Well, I knew before that, too.
I'm so proud that I got to be part of her life, for her to share something like that with me. Every night, sitting there and chatting with you late at night, it's been the best time I've had here. I hope to see you right when this is over. I look forward to it. And I really enjoyed your company, and it's made the worst days here bearable. See you when I get out.
There are a lot of things, there's some undercurrents, in the house, and some things that I learned today. Almost everyone in the house, is like Keek and Roddy, have said a lot of things, and people have said that you guys have both said, I love Jason, but I can't trust him. And that's been really, really hard to hear that today.
It seemed that there had been a little bit of dirty work done behind my back, and I had to smooth it over because there was a chance Jay was going to put me up in a block.
I have been incredibly clear on what I've said and not said here. In fact, just the other day I said my trust in Jay is gold. It pisses me off what happened. I don't know. Jay, I've been so straightforward with you. Have I lied to you about a thing? Have I done a thing to you that you know?
No, but I feel like you have gone and you've taken this whole thing and you've just talked about me behind my back.
Do you really think, Jay, that when the people come in here to lobby you to do something or to not do something, obviously they don't want to go, Jay. It's in their interest to tell you something like that and make it sound like I was stabbing you in the back. When if there's anything you think, what do you think, Jay?
Well, that's what
What do you think, Jay? Don't worry about what those people told you. What do you think?
Right now, I don't know. Right?
Okay. Are you aware of that? That there's actually a special friendship between you, me, and Kiara in different ways, and between you. And do you think to say that that's not a reason enough to believe in each other? Jay, I've always followed up all this stuff. was saying I believe in you. And I just got done talking about that last.
I believe in you, Roddy.
But
so
apparently you don't, Jay. If you're going to say that, then mean it. Don't just say because it sounds good.
That's the problem, is what you're doing is you're using, and that's where I feel manipulated, is that you're using my emotions and my friendship and the way that I feel about you and saying, you know, don't look at me as a player in this game.
Jay, you have my word on being straightforward with you, that I trust you, that I believe in you. You know you have it, and if something doubted it, I don't understand how that possibly have gotten you, considering the way I feel about you. Jay, I completely believe in you, and if you think otherwise, then you're making a mistake. And Jay, I completely trust you.
You know, he said a lot of things and had, in some cases, some great answers to some things, and in some cases, he didn't answer something, you know, adequately. I had these mixed emotions. Roddy, you're safe.
But I'm not gonna let my gnome hang out with Roddy's gnome, because Roddy's gnome looks like it's on crack or something.
I wasn't aware of my gnome's drug problem.
Roddy's gnome is Boo's bad cousin.
They grew up as best friends if one went off to leave a life of crime.
Roddy's gnome is the gnome that comes over to your house and steals your television.
He's had a troubled past, and I'm doing my best to help him.
I love Boo.
We'll see what happens at the end. We'll see how loyal my gnome is, and his gnome, I think, was using them now. They're in the honeymoon stage. That gnome will be gone one morning. He'll turn over, and that gnome will have left. Not even with a note, not even a rose. I think a gnome's gonna break his heart.
Survival of the weakest. Everyone wants to keep their dopes around.
I don't trust the way that Roddy makes his sentences appear.
I swear to God, there's not much on this earth that makes me uncomfortable. But what I'm very concerned of is sticking up for people.
The fact that we are keeping him in the house, that's scary. That's not how the game, you know, should be going. I would like it if Jason used the power of veto.
There's a little love-hate relationship with your old friend Rod. As far as the game goes, I mean, like, Danielle is terrifying.
She is. She is.
He's like the freaking devil. He's the devil. He can smile, he can talk, he's good looking. You giving up your firstborn when the man leaves the room and you don't know why. Oh.
You got a few minutes in you? You're gonna go to bed.
I had a long conversation with Roddy. I needed to know where he stood with Danielle and if he planned to come after Danielle. Right now, like in the air, you know, everybody's starting to go, wow, the house is small, but safe, who's safe, you know?
Yeah.
And it's tough to figure it out. Just talking to different people, trying to understand where they're at and, you know, like what they would do if next week they win HOH. If I find out that Roddy is really looking at Danielle as someone to target, if he were to win head of household this next week, I might have to use that power of veto.
Almost every single person in the house has mentioned to me that a certain person here is really worried about me doing well. I actually confronted the person, completely denied it 100%. It's been said to me for weeks now that you want to get me out of this house. I've heard a story from every single person in the house at one time or another.
Not true.
It's just driving me a little crazy. Like it's been bothering me. There's a lot of people that are, not that they're opportunists, but they pull a Josh where they want other people to do their dirty work for them.
Yeah.
If that was the case, then they're instantly someone I would go do my best to get out of the house.
Considering the fact that I am the oldest here, you know, that's an accomplishment.
Yeah,
you know?
I think you've done great.
And I'm okay with that. You know, do I want to leave? No. I like being in here.
But if I went and got Lisa to vote for you, then there's no way you can, if you got it, then Lisa can go up next week. That's the tough part, isn't it?
Yeah. It's very interesting. Roddy talks about how in this house, people's memory fades and people forget things. I don't. I've remembered some stuff that Roddy has said in terms of strategy that I don't forget. Clearly, Roddy has been part of lots of alliances.
There's a chance I could bring something interesting to the table on this one.
Well, like you said, each week you hit the reset button.
Yep. The girls' coalition with the girls sticking together is gone.
The girls are sticking together.
I know.
It'll still be the girls versus
Girls
guys.
and guys.
The guys thing is gone.
We turn on Tanya and get Tanya out so the two girls are stuck.
The original hot tub people are gone.
This is the 6 votes that should be controlled.
The couples thing is gone.
Were you skeptical of trusting anything outside the girls, you think?
No, I trust you.
The you and Marsalis thing, it seems to be gone too.
I don't think Jerry Shelfleck here is very good.
As much as I really, really like Roddy, and I really, really like playing with him, I don't trust him.
It's just a bit of feedback from people over the last couple of weeks that people want me out because I'm doing well at this game.
We all keep saying the same thing, that perception is everything in this house.
The perception is that you're smarter than everyone else.
I wish that were the case.
And no disrespect, you're not.
At this point, I've heard everybody's out to get everybody 10 times over. Did you just tell me I wasn't smart?
Yeah.
Amy just had a tendency to be a little bit, just a touch selfish, especially in the beginning. She was pretty selfish, and she admitted that in the house some of her behavior was focused on her. And I'm not a big fan of that stuff. A reason I think Jerry should stay in the house is pretty selfish, is that if Jer stays, Jer owes me a favor, and I would hate to have that wasted.
Jerry, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Spent so much time with a guy. We played chess all the time. We chatted about the world. I loved talking with him, and I'm going to miss him. Jerry, you know, I've loved having you in the house. It's been everything from playing chess to the great conversations we've had. You know, you bring a lot to the table. You're a bright guy with a huge breadth of knowledge. Those kids are lucky to have you, and I think this house was lucky, and everybody was lucky to have you around. Sit down here.
I'm so freaking out.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
And take this, I can be this honest with you, all right?
Okay.
This is very hard for everybody every week. And the thing, like the first lady thing, it makes everybody, it's really uncomfortable.
I love being first
Quickly
lady.
to the couch. It just makes you feel like, okay, now there's only 3 possible people in the house, even if that is the case.
Okay.
You know, and to think,
I know.
okay, now there's one less person I have a chance of going up. And that's about it.
Okay, thank you for telling me that. I won't say anything.
Yeah. I know it's really not in my best interest to tell you that, but that's part of it too. Nice job.
Roddy is a good-looking guy.
It's a good job, Amy. Athletic girl.
Amy is a woman. She's single. She looking at Roddy.
I've got to get a date for the fair, Roddy.
Amy, I'd take you if I was in town.
You don't ride roller coasters. You wouldn't be a lot of fun.
I thought all you wanted to do was kiss in Lover's Lane. I didn't realize I had...
Oh, God, I do. That is all I want to do.
Why did Amy want Kiara out the house?
She can just go right back to wherever she came from. Being the drunk slut at the mall. 555 slut.
Maybe because she wanted to flirt with Roddy.
I just think Roddy seems a little bit more relaxed since Ding Dong the Witch has died, so to speak.
That
Amy wanted Kiara gone so that she could take Kiara's place as the cute girl in the house.
She flirts it and she flaunts it. She gets Roddy's attention, and it's working.
I mean, just to...
Look at that flexible little girl. Amy, tell them to turn the cameras off when you do that, for God's sakes. There are all kinds of ideas in my little boy's mind.
Now all of a sudden she's running around without a bra on, and we're seeing a lot more of her nipples.
Sit down and play with me. You know what I like about you? You can give you a hard time, and if you're in good with Amy, I think that once you get inside of you, that you can almost do no wrong. And I love that about you. I think that's great. You know, I know that so well because I'm the same way.
Yeah, does that sometimes make you feel easily played?
Not really, because when someone understands that and respects that,
Yeah.
it's a beautifully real relationship.
Yeah.
Roddy's biggest weapon in this house is his charisma.
I realize how smart you are.
Thank you.
I see Amy enjoying flirting with Roddy. Roddy uses that to his advantage.
When you outclass people, like you do, people want to compete against it. They want to fight little battles like boyfriend battles and like social battles because they can't fight on your battlefield.
And we were just talking about stuff. I'm not commenting. I'm just, I'm so skeptical of saying anything. I don't know. I'm just kind of, as long as, I don't say anything, I can't be humiliated.
Yeah, I, and then J, K. What was L? Just the basic?
Lisa's fluent in American Sign Language, and just out of something to do, she's pretty much taught me the sign language alphabet.
Q, R, that's where I get stuck.
R.
R, okay.
Are you gonna trust me? Hands behind your back.
Okay.
I've studied sign language for a while now. I had a friend of mine that's been in my life for a while, and he can hear, but his parents can't. And the first time that I saw a real conversation between him and his mother, I watched it because I liked the beauty of it and the expression in it.
Did we ever do O?
Yeah.
No, we didn't. We skipped it every time.
The only person that we'd have to be careful of is Roddy because he's practicing it 5-6 times a day, just the alphabet.
It's ridiculous. Most people use O's.
I'm like, don't teach him. Don't give the devil new tools.
M-O-O-N. You go M-O and drag the O. I'm trying to keep my sign language lessons to Roddy at a minimum and maybe teach him a word a day.
All right, so teach me some more words.
I can't just teach you words.
Yeah, just say that. I can't teach you what's words, what's J.
Lisa, how you do the devil in sign language?
You?
2 fingers, yeah.
So I trust you, Scout's Honor.
Don't teach the devil.
As you see, I've nominated you, Roddy, and you, Amy, for eviction. Roddy, I've had a million conversations with you. I love you. Plain and simple, you're one of my favorite people in this house, in this game. Unfortunately, there is still the perception within the house that you've made some bad choices during the game, and you unfortunately still cannot be trusted. And don't have to list bad relationships you've had with people in the past. It's just that when I look around this table, I know I can trust Lisa. I would trust Jason with my life. I trust you as though I was one of your kids.
When you put somebody up on your nomination speech, there should be good, solid reasons. And he made none with me. All he said was that he didn't trust me, and he said for many reasons. Well, that's not evidence, that's emotion.
Sorry about that email.
Oh, it's okay.
Unnecessary isn't a strong enough word. It was flat out selfish, and it was ridiculous to hurt somebody for no reason.
Hi. Roddy, I am terrifically sorry.
No.
What I want you to know about that nomination is it's not just me. It wasn't just personal. I think it's every person in the house feels that way.
I mean, you have to accept responsibility for your own actions. I did not do this to Roddy. Roddy did it to himself.
I'm talking about the perception of not just me in the house, but everyone.
Everyone? Is that you too, Danny?
Yep.
Okay. If you had a problem with me, you just should at least told me.
I told you
But
what happened.
It's not for you to answer.
Yeah, I did.
You said you had no problem with me at all.
No, I said this is the perception that came.
That's not what you said. You didn't. All you said was I trust you 100%. That's what you told me. I know it, and I experienced it. Well, I know I do, and you at least tell me if there was something. You say that to be straightforward and be honest. That wasn't honest. If you had a problem and you're telling him about something and you lied to me when I ask you if there's a problem, then that's bull. Not being honest.
This is the problem, Roddy. Everybody in the house saw Kiara turn against Lisa for whatever reason. And the only thing that made sense logically
was that she was doing
Emotionally,
your bidding.
not logically.
If the people that you're aligning yourself with are criminals, 9 times out of 10 people are going to think that you too are a criminal. There is a power structure around you, people who are around you who are doing bad, and they are doing bad and it is benefiting you. But that power structure is what splashed back on you.
If that's a crime to be friendly with people that were doing something wrong, everything you're saying, excuse me, please.
Roddy,
Everything
why
you're saying.
after I came to you and I told you that this is
What was I supposed to do? Not
hint.
talk to Jerry or Josh? Is that what you want?
You could have gone to them and
said
you could have
what?
called them out. And you could have walked away from them.
I did call Josh out. You were right there.
So late in the game.
All right, let's find out. Jason, have you gone up to Josh and asked about voting?
I told him point blank that the perception within the house is that he was the powerful one and all these people were doing his bidding.
His perception sucks. He insists he's a star of the show and everybody else is non-existent.
You talk about a nest of vipers. You're the jackal doing that. You saying that this was this way and this was this way. You telling me to my face you 100% trust me when you had a different story going on. That's the nest of vipers. That's the jackal.
Then you're
Hang
the
on,
biggest
guys. Then
victim of all.
Then guess
And
what?
I'm
Then that's the
sorry.
case.
I'm
Then that's the
sorry.
case, and you made a
I
bad
am
choice,
truly
and I'm
sorry.
fine with it. I honestly, there's nothing you could do. It's a game, and you had to make a choice. I do understand that. I totally 100% forgive you. I swear, and I truly do, that I don't think the right choice was made, but there's nothing else I can do about that. That's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
And you should be a little more accepting when someone tells you they forgive you when you try to. You should react a little bit more of appreciation when I tell you I
tell
forgive.
me in this breath that I'm not supposed to judge you by whatever means, and now you're telling me that I'm not supposed to.
Wait,
Marcellus,
Marcellus, come here. You just said that if you made a mistake.
So I accept your apology.
Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Please accept my apology.
Of course I do. I thought you were
Thank
going to come over and give me a pat on the head or something.
It was completely insulting. Here he is being the smart white guy telling the 2 black people that they're being emotional and they're acting crazy.
What the hell was that? I was being a big man and offering love when they might have made a mistake, offering a friendship.
Nest of vipers, pack of jackals, flock of vultures.
Since Kiara left, Roddy has been lighter. He's been more fun.
Domino's pizza delivers 30 minutes or less.
He's been alive and around and accessible before he was inaccessible.
Will you come join me on the hammock?
Kiara would come get him and spirit him away and take him away from the group. And sometimes he did even say that he wishes it didn't have to be like that and he could just hang out.
Oh, Mr. Taco, hello. You lonely taco, you need a home? Okay, oh.
You know, he jokes around a lot more. He and Jason play like children.
We're just coming in here. We're ready for this week's Head of Household Synchronized Swimming Competition.
Absolutely.
I think they feel real sexy in those Speedos.
This is a new look.
The devil does have the goofy side. He's only the devil when he speaks words and twists them around. See, you got Satan and you got Lucifer, because Lucifer was the great angel in the heavens. And then he's Satan sometimes.
Feels good, doesn't it?
When he's speaking the words, and then sometimes he's Lucifer, the good guy, and just, you know, playing music and get along with people and stuff like that.
Strategically, it was smart. It's also too little too late. If he had done this all the way through, we wouldn't disbelieve him in the manner in which we disbelieve him.
And God willing, we'll be here tomorrow.
Embarrassing. Here is my unguarded assessment of this whole thing. Every single person in this house came to me and they said if they won HOH, they were gonna put you up. If I didn't put you up, it would look like we had a deal on the table or I was conspiring with you when everybody thinks you're conspiring against everybody anyway.
Yeah. Well, you told me you wouldn't do it, so that's all I had to go on. And I know you felt pressured, but you told me to my face you wouldn't do it.
When did I tell you
In the
that I
hot
wouldn't
tub,
do
the
it?
date we said was just thrilling, we got a deal. So if we decide to stick it out, no matter what happens,
I'm in.
you're in.
That deal wasn't cemented for me.
See, you.
What can I do? You already put me up. It's too late. What good is this doing now? I'm not talking you out of it. I'm already up.
And I'm not gonna agree with that.
Okay, you don't have to. Then what was the point? Then what? Nothing was established then?
Nothing.
Okay.
I don't want anybody in this house thinking that I have a deal or had a deal with Roddy. Don't have a deal with Roddy.
I wish Amy somehow we could finally both make it.
I know. So do I. So you know if I win the veto, I have to take you down. Wouldn't that stir things up?
Mm-hmm. It really would.
I want it.
Yeah,
I want it so bad. If you won it and took me off, it would put Danielle up against you.
It would be the best if you got that thing tomorrow.
I know. It would be awesome. But if I win it and you come off the block, you have to vote for me to stay.
The only problem I have is if Lisa goes against you.
Well, I can't take you down if you're not going to vote for me to stay.
I'm in a jam with that one. If it's the other two, I'll do it. The other one I have to think about. I just won't lie to you.
I figured it out. What opened my eyes to him was even if I took him off the block, he couldn't give me his word that he would vote for me to stay. What kind of person is that?
I mean, Amy, I want you here as badly as anybody. This morning. Than anything on earth. But I just know that, you understand.
I was happy to hear that Amy was going to use a power veto on me if she got it. I hope she keeps her word.
He played me like a violin. He is a master manipulator. He had me willing to sell myself down the river to keep him here. And it just took me a little longer, but I figured it out. He underestimated me. He completely underestimated me.
It's really do the right choices. Whatever is in your heart is fine. I understand. No problems. Whatever you do.
A long, long time ago, I said if Roddy were ever on the block and I had the power of veto, I would take him off the block. But even if I took you off the block, you still couldn't promise me your vote. And I understand that, and I respect the reasons behind it, but at the same time, in this game, only one individual wins. And I can't fully feel comfortable sacrificing myself and getting absolutely nothing from it. And as hard as this is for me, and as much as I know that you'll probably hate me for this, and it hurts me a great, great deal to do this, I just can't. I just can't do it. And I'm sorry, but I can't. And so the nominees shall remain intact.
Amy's reasoning wasn't reasoning at all. What Amy has done is Amy has proven that her word is no good.
I want you to hate me.
I don't hate you at all, Amy.
I beat myself up so much over things.
I'm not sure that's exactly it, Amy.
What do you
I think
mean?
you've been quite easy on yourself. It's easiest to feel guilty. It's easiest to say, I wish this would go away, and to focus on that. The hard part is to do what you said you were going to do, and when the decisions are hard, to make those choices, not when it's easy and there's nothing you can do about it. There's just a part of me that feels like I got through a lot of the things he told me, and it's got nothing to do with the game, it's got to do with you.
I understand everything from your angle, Roddy, but there's no way that you could ever see it from mine.
Until you give me an alternative way to view it, and some information that's different from what I've already gotten, I'm just not entirely satisfied with the way everything happened.
I know that you're not satisfied with the way things happen.
I just mean on both levels, Amy. You know, on the game thing and on the personal thing. I just feel like sometimes kindness can get taken advantage of.
Ultimately, I did what I did for me, Roddy.
Okay. If you did what you did for you, Amy, then you wouldn't have done it.
As I said, you could never see it from my angle, but I did what I did for me.
What information don't I have? What possible information, Amy? You just established today that your word is meaningless, that you break promises. So why would someone keep a promise to you? Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Amy, I care about you very much. Devastated.
Roddy has been flirtatious with me the last couple weeks.
There's a part of you that's no idea you're even good looking at all. And it's so charming.
She did say to me one time that, you know, when she goes in to vote, she just votes with her heart, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I think it's all game strategy. Right now, if Roddy stays in this house, his two biggest threats are Danielle and Marcellus. So I am honestly safe, and it would make me feel better to give him a vote.
Every week, somehow, some way, he's able to talk people into basically doing things for him. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. I caught Roddy in several lies. I am not convinced that Roddy would back me up. He can influence too many people. He is the devil. He's Lucifer. He's Satan. He must go.
Roddy is my friend, and aside from any of the other things in this house, I love having him here because he's a friend. He's someone who I can talk to, who I relate with, who I have a lot that I learn from. I think that Roddy deserves to be here. I think Roddy should stay because he has played this game very well.
We're Rod's parents, and we just couldn't be more proud of him on the show. He's doing a wonderful job.
That's my boy.
Roddy's our youngest, and of course he's very special.
Roddy comes from a very strong family.
Thank you so much for coming out and support a ride to our Rod.
The Roddy we're seeing on Big Brother is the real Roddy.
Hey, put it back on golf.
Sometimes he's a clown, sometimes he's very, very serious.
Well, here's our family library, and where Rod has picked up a lot of his knowledge.
In an evolutionary sense, frogs, since they're amphibious, they can go essentially anywhere in the world. There's something further evolved about them than us.
There's a lot more to Rod than his appearance. He's very street smart. And he's also, he handles things in a gentle way, and he's got lots of grace.
You will never hear him be negative about a person or say anything bad.
I feel like you're a big brother, you know? I mean, Jay, I can't tell you can do no wrong in my eyes.
It's just an incredible experience as a mother to sit and watch your son on this television show. Rod has always had lots of attractive girlfriends. I think that Roddy's feelings for Kiara were genuine.
Kiara seems to be a delightful, vivacious, good-looking lady with a good sense of humor, which is what Rod really looks for.
He saw her as genuinely someone that he was interested in and was a nice person. Rod is not a manipulative person. Whether or not it would be a long-term relationship, I don't think I have any clue.
We look forward to seeing her, whether it's for Thanksgiving or whatever. I think Rod is playing the game as well as anybody could play the game. And he has the ability to convince people logically what's right. You know, 1 and 1 is always 2.
You can't go on record, and you can't give someone your word, and you can't promise something here when that's all you got.
That's all you have. These people realize they're up against someone who's a very strong competitor. Obviously, they're uncomfortable.
I just think he came here to win the game. He's good. And he's really good at it. There is a good chance he will survive this week.
And we're gone. I really think that Rod is going to win.
We are persistent, and we fight until the end. And that's what my Rod's going to be doing right now.
Roddy is a very strong player, and he would be able to get rid of two other strong players, being Danielle and Marcellus, before coming after me. He's not a threat to me. And I'm safe with Roddy in the house. It's a hard decision.
House guests, the wait is finally over. I will now reveal the results of the vote. By a vote of 3-0, Roddy, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Roddy is an amazing leader, and he has such a charismatic personality that in this game, it's a good move for Roddy to leave. On a personal level, I'm very sad to see Roddy leave because I consider Roddy my older brother.
Roddy knew I was coming after him, so I feel relieved that he's finally gone. Nothing personal, just business.
I know Lisa really feels like we should have given him one vote, the quote sympathy vote, but Danielle and Marcellus just said, no, don't give him the sympathy vote.
He's a magnificent person. I will miss him. He was a major part of this house for me.
I love you guys very much.
Roddy deserved to go. He wasn't playing well, and he wasn't playing honorably.
See you guys.
Roddy and I had a conversation before the live show.
Michael. What?
I don't know.
That's a yes, Lee.
It's an I don't know.
Hey.
Hey, Roddy, good
Hey,
to meet
Julie.
you in person.
How are you?
Go ahead and put your bag down there. We'll get it for you. Follow me. Have a seat right there.
Look at that.
Welcome to the studio. Are you surprised to be sitting here with me right now?
I'm very surprised to be here, Jewel, I have to tell you.
Why?
I had people promise me inside that they were going to keep me in the house, and everyone had established themselves as being pretty credible, and I'm just surprised that they all went against it.
So what do you think happened?
I don't know, a little bit of conspiracy theories, touching mass hysteria maybe, but it's a game, I understand.
You played your cards so close to the vest.
Mhm.
Now that you're out of the house, you have nothing to lose. All your fans, all the fans of the show, including the staff of Big Brother 3, want to know, what was your strategy?
Well, my strategy was in the beginning, I think I came out too strong. Everybody expected me to win all the head households. Every fake head of household game we played, I won, and I was just doing quite well, and everyone started to get scared of me. So I intentionally started throwing events. Every time someone would leave the house, every live show I would mention house guests that had left. I was playing not just the house, but the people at home. I wanted them to come back, not people home, people who had been evicted. I wanted them to come back and to like me as much at home, because those were the people that I was actually playing. I was playing two games, in the house, and Tanya, Josh, Jay, and whoever, Jay's still in the house, but you know what I mean. All the people that were home, I wanted them to know how much I cared about them and liked them, not just people in the house.
As you know, a lot of your housemates said that they felt they couldn't trust you. What do you make of that?
Well, I don't know. I think that I was a little bit too confident. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but it just seemed that the house had a very low level of, I wouldn't say intensity, but people didn't share a whole lot.
Did you ever tell a lie in the house?
I don't think so. If I did, I couldn't remember it. What, you got one ready?
Well, no, it's not that. But some of your housemates, okay, is this a fair assessment? You used your charisma and your charm to play in the weaknesses of some of your housemates.
Absolutely, of course I did. Is that a lie? I don't think that was against the rules to say that. I promised to be honest, and I was honest. I didn't say I wouldn't be charming and make people feel a certain way at certain times. That's not against the rules.
No, it's not at all.
I threw out a mission statement and stuck to it.
That sounds like the key to your strategy to me.
Absolutely, and I do feel badly that it didn't turn out, and I think that I would have been trustworthy. I would have kept my word even if it cost me the game, and I guess it did.
A lot of people inside the house and outside the house felt that you and Danielle were the strongest players. How do you think she's playing this game?
I think Danielle's doing fine. she did give me her word, and she has sworn that she was going to keep her word. And I think the rest of the house is aware that she broke her word to me. So that could come back to hurt her at the end. Yeah.
Last week when I asked everyone who they missed, you said you missed Kiara the most. Does this relationship have legs?
You know, I really don't know. I mean, I don't know Kiara outside of a television show. Every single word we've ever said to each other has been recorded for the world to see on record forever, and I really feel like you can be so natural. If I see her now and we like each other, that's one thing, but inside the house is a totally different story.
You rooting for anybody now?
I want Jay or Lisa to win. They're my two favorites left.
Okay. Well, Jay and Lisa and everyone else in the house recorded a farewell message to you in the event that you would be sitting here with me tonight. So let's listen to what they had to say right over here.
Roddy, you are one of the most amazing people I've had the honor to meet in my life.
You are brilliant, you are funny, and I am honored to call you my friend.
Nothing personal, just business. I wish you the best of luck. Outside this house, outside this game, I think you're a great person, a great man.
I'm so sorry for a number of things that I can't even begin to go into. I'm so sorry for ever doubting you.
I'd hate for you to take anything in this house seriously or personally.
It's tough. Say goodbye to a friend.
You're an angel. You've made such an impact on me and my way of thinking. You melted my little bitty frozen heart and taught me what it's there for and what I should do with it.
Wow.
Final thoughts?
Well, I'm honored they would say such nice things. It's been a great experience, and I want to thank everybody.
You look a little teary.
Oh, yeah, it's sad. I got to care about those guys too much. I love them a lot.
Those knuckleheads, as you would say.
Watch them, I'm after them.
Well, this is not goodbye, because we will see you here in a couple of weeks on finale night when you and the rest of the jury votes on who will win Big Brother 3. But right now we have a surprise for you. Your family flew in from Morristown, New Jersey. Go ahead and greet them right through that door.
Hey,
Good to see you, buddy.
You did a great job. Hey, look at you guys.